Hey guys, today we're building a new project called the German Tiger 2 Porsche turret. So firstly, let's start by assembling the hull and also the zimmet. But be my usual idiot self, I got the big zimmet because this is a 148 model and I got a 135. So you guys can see here, I'm just removing some details. So here's the zimmet cover part. It was a pain because I had to literally remove every single excess piece of zimmet and add back uncovered parts. Here's the instruction sheet. So here you guys can see we're gonna start by assembling the chassis. I think what the part. Oh, by the way, don't use extra thin cement on metal parts if you're assembling them because it's good on plastic parts and not so good on metal, and it may fall off. So I either recommend you use the normal Tamiya glue, which is actually called Tamiya cement, or you use the what do you call that? The metal suited for metal one. So here you guys can see I'm assembling the hull, and yeah, look at that. I'm just sort of stupid, am I? So now I just put in the screws and let's get ready to screw them. So I don't know why I just didn't cut that small part out. It's some editing problems, I think. But yeah, I don't really understand because I reviewed all the footage and it just had a small part cut out for some reason. So now here, we're starting to assemble part of the hull. I think this is the part where you attach the tow hook thing. I don't really know what that's called. If anyone knows, please leave a comment down below. So here I'm wiping out excess glue. I really don't recommend you do that because the glue can stick to your hand, in fact. So here we're assembling the second or the other side of the frontal spark and drive. So you guys can see I'm just being my usual idiot self and forgetting to get the parts like in on time. So yeah, sorry for that small delay, I guess. Alright, so now we're gonna start assembling the wheels. Road wheels. They're steel variants, which means it's more easier to paint, and I don't have to really paint the rims, which is why I started assembling them first. I completed the full plastic model. Yeah, here's the frontal sprocket drive, so that I could split this video into two parts. So here you go, I'm assembling the frontal sprocket drives. Oh, by the way, all the wheels you just saw there are assembled already. But here I made a fatal mistake. I didn't use the normal epoxy cement. I used the thin cement. Not a good choice, mind you. So you guys can see in the later part, I had all the wheels removed and yeah, had them all assembled again. So here I'm assembling the turret. Now, this video is relatively short in terms of the building because it's just not a speed run. I'm splitting this into building, painting, and accessories and weathering parts. So yeah. Here you guys can see I'm creating the main gun. It's kind of a breeze creating the 88mm. Really nothing going on in here. Just me, removing the excess cement parts. Yeah, here's the part now. You guys can see I'm just slowly dabbing on each one and just sticking it in there. Now here's a speed run of that. So here, I'm starting to spray my diorama base. I didn't film myself making the diorama base because I split it into 2 days building it. Because, yeah, firstly, I normally use like styrofoam faux only, but that made a huge mess. So here I am with some clay, airbrush, and texture paints. I airbrushed the gloss texture paint, which you can buy at Tamiya stores, by the way, with Khaki and Khaki drab. So you guys can see here, I'm just airbrushing gloss parts. I also airbrushed the non-gloss covered parts, like the kind of road thing, with dark yellow too. Just a light brush. I didn't want to brush it too much. So here, is me building some accessories like the cupola on the turret. So being my usual idiot self, if you guys can see here, I actually didn't put two pointy parts into the hole. I actually had them slightly left, and now I'm figuring the mistake out. But I still can't put it in there. Oh look, I got it in there. Yeah, don't build models if you're an idiot. If you're just gonna build something terrifically bad. So here, I'm assembling the second piece of exhaust. The exhausts were relatively hard to pull off for some reason, maybe because I applied huge amounts of cement, but in this case they hold well. I also cut open the back, if you realize, because the back was actually one whole piece. And I used an hour to cut it open, and cutting myself in the process. quite painful. So yeah, be careful if you're building models. Don't cut yourself. It's gonna be a pain. I also built some wooden fences, but you guys won't see me building a lot of stuff. Like, because simply, they're really relatively minor, and I use a lot of time on those. And if I put the full build process, it's gonna be a speed run. But if I don't put a full build process, it's gonna be like 5 minutes and it's done. Yeah. So here I'm assembling more parts of the turret, and I'm gonna talk a little bit about the model. Now, I assembled around 5 British infantry people and 1 local farmer. You guys can see the design thinking later in the video. Yeah, I'm wanting to make this look like an abandoned look, and if you zoom in, you will notice a small detail on engine cover. One side of the engine cover has a lot of glue marks because I want to glue them partially open, which I did, but it's not featured in this video as well because I used 20 minutes to make that work. So here I did a slight modification of the hatch, the driver hatch, and the machine gunner hatch, coaxial machine gunner hatch, I think that's what it's called. I cut the parts where you're supposed to fit them in, so basically now I can make the hatches open. I don't know though if this is the correct way. If this is not, please correct me in the comments, please. So now here I am assembling some engine cover. I didn't buy die-cast I don't know how you call it. Just thin parts where you can cover the exhaust. Because I was low on funding. This whole model, including the extra thin cement which I started using, cost me literally $500. Obviously not USD, but still in my currency, 500, and I normally can't afford that. So yeah, it kind of sucks. So now here I'm assembling a bit more accessories in front, and we will start assembling tracks soon. Now I'm assembling the headlight, which is literally the final process before assembling tracks. I haven't assembled accessories yet, so yeah. There you go. Here's the headlight assembly process. Not very slow. So here's the speed run on the tracks. I used to spray it and assemble it on a fully painted model, but now I found a better way to just use very thin cement or ones that take a long time to set in, and just assemble them and mold them in shape. And that's gonna be basically how you can assemble it quite quick. I also had a small mistake here. I made the curve fully curved around, so it's gonna be hard for me to remove. So I had to remove it, and yeah, I repeated 3 times and boom again. So basically now I will the other side of the track. Part 2 of me painting and weathering it out will be out soon, and just enjoy some cinematics right now.